Oh, TV's Will Heron. We love TV's Will Heron. Everybody needs to go. Will Heron is one of the best clippers in the Dabbleverse. Everybody needs to go follow Will Heron. Thank you for watching on X, but his channel is on YouTube. It's great stuff. Shout out Still Time Morning Show. Shout out Nick Ricada. You're on WBAP. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you doing?
Man, it's good to talk to you. It's been a minute. I just want to tell you, I've been bugging the hell out of Eagle Ed Martin, and he's just coming up crickets, and we're not even asking for a pardon. We're just trying to get your sins commuted. So
yeah, I don't understand what the holdup is.
You and I both.
Do they not watch world television where they all admitted to perjury? It's like, what the heck?
I know. What did you think about this Epstein release and all of the people that are implicated in it?
It's hard to tell what you don't know who to believe anymore. It's hard to believe what's real and what's not anymore.
Well, did you see that they call jerky human meat? I do believe some of them are cannibals eating humans. I know that sounds insane, but I believe it.
That's pretty far-fetched though, but I saw on a news article the other day that the day he got indicted, he ordered 350 gallons of sulfuric acid that would dissolve bodies. So who knows what?
Yeah, I didn't even know that you needed to buy that much sulfuric acid and that it would do that. I mean, I watched Breaking Bad. I guess that's what they used in that show, but it blows my mind. So what do you think's going on with Nancy Guthrie? Do you think this is an inside job, and do you think she's still alive?
Okay, as an ex-police chief, she's gone. I hate to even put that heartfelt feeling out there for anybody to go through this, but I believe she was dead the first day.
Yeah, I do too, especially with the blood, no medication.
Well, and nobody changes ransom dates. You know what I'm saying? If you miss one date, we're going to let you have another one 4 days away from that.
I know you're supposed to mail a toe or something back. If they don't send it, you're supposed to cut a lock of hair. We haven't had any DNA evidence sent to us, so that's a bad.
It just doesn't work that way. That doesn't. And I think they're covering something up because they're not telling us anything. But you know what I think is unfair, Alex, is just because she's a reporter on national television, what has she gotten? 2 weeks of complete airtime?
Yeah.
Non-stop. Okay? And if that was your mom, you would have to be paying for TV ads to help find your mom.
Oh, they wouldn't care. Do you think she's going to get fired, though, because of this?
Who knows?
Who cares? Why do we don't even care about Savannah Guthrie? I know you don't care, but it's just everybody's talking about it, and it's just, I'm sure, in the federal prison. How does that work? What's on the TV there, and what are the people talking about at the Fort Worth Correctional Facility?
We have a ton of televisions around here, and a lot of them stay on Fox, and a lot of them stay on CNN. And the other ones stay on sports, but. The inmates are the same way. We're tired of seeing it. We're tired of hearing it because if that was my mom, you wouldn't be hearing about it, But everybody thinks that she's already dead.
Yeah, I think that's probably the truth. So, Joe, how do we get you out of jail? And that you actually did say it best, because I talked to Eagle Ed Martin. He didn't even watch Netflix. Like, he's aware of you because you were a cultural icon, especially during the pandemic when we were all glued to our telephones and TVs. But I guess he wasn't. And I know Ed decently well. He isn't the type of guy that would watch a reality TV show, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. So how do we, what can I do to help? What can all the listeners do to help you?
This call is from a federal prison.
I saw for the second time about 2 weeks ago when President Trump was doing that speech in the Oval Office, another reporter just come blatantly out and asked, "Are you going to pardon Joe Exotic?" And he did the exact same thing he did in 2020 during the briefing at the White House, where he said, "I'll look into it." What I don't know what it's going to take to look into it, because they admitted on world television that they committed perjury, and we have those affidavits, but really, I think the governor of Colorado thing is the best avenue.
Yeah, and explain that again, just for the people that are listening.
It's a win-win for everybody. President Trump wants Tina Peters out of prison, and he can't get her out of prison because she's in state prison. And, it would be a win campaign for Governor Polis if he would do America's first prisoner swap, to swap me for Tina Peters, and demand that. I mean, he could right now. If he knew how to play poker, he could play poker because he's openly gay. He's not against immigrants. He has Trump's right-hand lady in his prison for election fraud. And, here's Tiger King. The world wants Tiger King out of prison. And Governor Polis should say, hey, look, you quit taking the funding away from Colorado and you commute Joe's sentence, and I'll commute Tina's sentence, and everybody's happy.
No, I know. And they just got out Steve Womack, a congressman's son, James Philip Womack. He was a dealer, and they just pardoned him. So if they tell us optics, I just don't believe it. Well, Joe.
That's the part I don't understand, Alex.
Joe, we got to go to commercial. Hang up and call in after the break, because I want to get on the second half of this. But
I got to wait 30 minutes. So I can call you at 8:45.
Okay, call at 8:45. We're going to end the show with you. Call at 8:45, Joe, because we got to go to commercial. They're yelling at me. Well, happy Valentine's evening. You're listening to WBAP 93.3 FM and News Talk 820. I'm your host, Alejandro Stein. I'm going to be a little Latino for you because our guest, the one, the only Joe Exotic from the Tiger King, is on with us this Valentine's evening. And I know, Joe, that you're really struggling because your husband was deported, and we didn't give him amnesty. But if he was running a Somali daycare, he probably would have been A-okay, right, Joe?
Yeah. Hola. Yeah, he would have been okay, and I'd have been out by now. It's crazy how this system works.
No, you're not even kidding. It's like these people that are pirates in their home country come here, and then they get access to more social services and help than you or me, an American citizen. It's ridiculous. It's totally upside down, Joe.
This Omar guy got more help from our politicians than I can get through the court system.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. And Joe, that's the real travesty. If you would have been as famous as you were, because people don't realize you were well known before you got in trouble with Carol Baskin, but it was just a more niche audience. But if you would have had the support of Netflix and the millions of dollars that you would have gotten from the show, your court case would have gone totally different.
Oh, it would. I mean, it would have been hands down. That's why they did what they did the way they did it, because and my Supreme Court appeal is finally filed, but I filed it on the basis that my constitutional rights were violated, because your constitutional right says that you have a right to a non-excessive bail. Well, they kidnapped me basically, and they held me without bail, and then they kept me in solitary confinement for 2 years and 8 months during my trial, so I couldn't help find evidence or build my case. So you can't win. There's no way you can win.
And then on top of that, Carol Baskin's fully connected. I mean, she's dialed in, Joe. So that's what makes a lot of this a lot more complicated, is the fact that she has been in this political world for a long time. And I know that she is in certain politicians' ears saying, do not do this for Joe. But I would imagine that she's not in Donald Trump's ear or anybody in Donald Trump's cabinet. But I don't know. I mean, do you have any evidence that she could be connected to Trump?
Alex, I haven't had the opportunity to ask AI, but
This call is from a federal prison.
do you know that she has donated millions of dollars to political campaigns and political PACs? And, a lot of people don't stop to think also, I was arrested during Donald Trump's first term. And I was indicted and convicted during Donald Trump's first term. So did she pay to keep me in here? Who knows? There's got to be a reason somewhere, because all of this blowing up boats in the ocean for drug boats, and then pardoning the Honduras president, and now the NFL players for distributing cocaine. It can't be because I'm a bad press for him.
It can't be. I know, and that's the excuse that Ed Martin's been saying, is that he doesn't want the optics, and then he's sharing a video of Barack Obama as a monkey, which I thought was kind of funny, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is, it can't be optics. I feel like there's a smoking gun that we have to find, because that's why. And I don't think Ed knows, because if we have evidence of some of the most important leaders in the world agreeing that you should be out, every politician that I've ever talked to said you should be out, except for maybe with the exception of one. But my point is, Trump knows that people would be universally happy if you got out of jail. The majority of people would be happy, not mad.
It would honestly help clean up his name a little bit, because
I
right
agree.
now he's in the toilet.
I know it's been bad. And then when he said all this Epstein stuff is just a Democrat hoax and that was a lie, his credibility is just going it's less and less by the day, sadly. And I hate to say that.
Alex, I have guards that have retired from here that have been federal prison guards for 20, 25 plus years that have written letters to Trump saying that I don't belong here.
And I believe he gets that stuff. I believe he gets that stuff. I'm saying, like, you think it just goes unseen. I'm sure that every person that he has talked to connected with you has spoken highly of you, except for Carol Baskin. That's the only one that I would think that would speak ill of you.
Well, and then she back in 2020 even went public and said she'd help me get a pardon if I told on all my friends, which I wouldn't, and I didn't. But, she even had a change of heart after the whole thing was over because she got what she wanted, and that was to be a millionaire.
I know, but the thing is go after your friends. I mean, would you be able to really take that many people down with you? And I don't want you to tell on them right now, but that seems like she was really scared that you're trying to kill her, but now she'll let you out of jail if she can put more people in jail. I don't know. It doesn't seem like she's actually scared of you.
She's not scared of me. I never even talked to her or seen her in real life until my trial.
So y'all had never, ever crossed paths? Not once? Oh, wow.
Never.
I would have thought y'all did, just dealing with the cats and whatnot.
That was all online marketing, really. She made money convincing her followers that I abused baby tigers because I let you pet them. And then I made money on JoeExoticTV.com convincing you that she was batshit crazy, and she killed her husband, which was easy because what 50-year-old woman wears flowers on her head every day?
And what 50-year-old woman has access to 1,000-pound cats that you can feed them to now? But that does blow my mind that she has been able to kind of get away with that, and nobody's really looked into it. And I'm this is all alleged. This is just speculation, but it does seem very odd that she was able to get away with her husband going missing, and we're just giving wall-to-wall media coverage for Nancy Guthrie's 84-year-old mom. I mean, it's just none of it makes sense.
Well, and
this call is from a federal prison.
And Don Lewis's kids had to pay to put up billboards 20 years later trying to find their dad. None of it's fair. But you mentioned the smoking gun, Alex. Governor Polis has the bullet for that smoking gun.
You're talking about the prisoner swap. You're talking about the swap.
I just need you to get a hold of Governor Polis because he's got the bullet that'll empty that gun because Trump wants Tina Peters.
All right. Well, I'll call on air this week and I'll leave Polis a message. I'll call not on air as well. So how can our audience that all love you, Joe, let's try to get a call to action right now. What is a way that you think is the most important to help get your sentence commuted so that you can come out and be a free man?
Well, we tried for 8 years to get President Trump's attention. It's not working. So, ask everybody to Google the phone number to the Capitol in Colorado at Denver and leave a message for Governor Polis to pull something that's never been done in America.
I know. Can you do a state prisoner for a federal prisoner swap? I mean,
you can commute anybody's sentence as long as the governor of Colorado is willing to commute her sentence. He can let her out of his prison anytime he wants, and President Trump can let me out of his prison anytime he wants. Doesn't have to be like I'm going to that prison and she's coming to this prison. It's our sentences are being commuted at the same time.
Well, everybody needs to hit up the governor of Colorado. That's Governor Polis. And just if you want to leave him a message, you can just Google his number, use AI. It'll tell you all their information. But we really got to get you out, Joe. It makes me sick every time I talk to you that it's just another 6 months, another year.
Alex, and I sent out an email the other day, an actual press release too. And I don't want just out for myself. I need to save George right now.
Yeah.
And the lawyers were against me putting that out in public, but the federal prison system in America got him addicted to K2, which is
horrible. Yeah, synthetic marijuana. Yeah, everybody's on it.
Now he's in Mexico, going down the tubes by the minute because of the American prison system.
Isn't that crazy? It's easier to get drugs in a federal prison than it probably is in a lot of neighborhoods outside of jail.
It's crazy in here. It's just insane.
Well,
The
Joe,
American public would never vote again if you knew how many drugs were sold inside a federal prison. And we're out there blowing up boats, okay? It's just nothing makes sense, people. Nothing.
you're right. The only thing that would make sense and would give us a lot of hope and would help Donald Trump put him in a more positive light is by giving you a commutation on your sins. It'd be commuted, and you're still guilty, and you get to be a free man.
And let me testify in front of Congress to change this, because people are dying in here from drugs. It's not helping anybody in here. They're going home. If they don't come here a drug addict, they're leaving a drug addict. We have to fix this because this is a vicious cycle.
Yes, it is, Joe. All right, we got to let you go. I'll be hosting on Wednesday. I'll have you call in if you can on Wednesday morning.
Okay, I love you, man.
Love you, brother. You're the man, Joe.
And
anything I can do to help, don't hesitate to reach out, guys. Thank you, Joe. Joe's the man.